Hello everyone, Thankyou here, and I just want to give a brief spoiler warning. This video contains footage from the newly released Age of Calamity. If you would prefer to watch later, hit the like button, subscribe, save the video to your watch later list, and go to the link in the top right corner to find other Zelda theories I've made to watch instead. Now, with that warning aside, let's get into the video. Revali, champion of the Rito, and pilot of the divine beast Botw. Truly, Revali soars above your common citizen of Hyrule. I think though, what really makes Revali stand out from the other champions, and I'm being very specific when I say he stands out, not above the other champions, is his blatantly obnoxious rivalry with the chosen hero. At nearly every point, the hero of Hyrule helps Revali. He pretty much drops the gratitude in place of a snarky gag, despite clearly knowing there was nothing he could do without the chosen hero after being saved. Call it a personality quirk if you will, but he really thinks pulling the Master Sword was easy, and that by him being one of the champions, he too could pull it from the pedestal and wield it. Now, we all know collectively that pulling the Master Sword is no mean feat, and it truly would take the heart of a champion to free it from the pedestal and even more so to wield it. But what if we played devil's advocate for a moment and believed him? Can the champions even wield the Master Sword to full potential, like Link is able to do? Is it really possible for a champion to even wrest the fabled blade of evil's bane from its resting place? Well, thinkers, Revali's hot air and snark aside, it's time for a thought process. So, I think one thing to start off with is the fact one needs to be pure of heart to wield the Master Sword. After all, it's called the Blade of Evil's Bane for a reason. It literally is toxic, if not implied to be the death of anything that is evil. And even if you weren't pure of heart, it could have drastic consequences if you came into contact with it. Looking at the champions, one might think perhaps they aren't pure of heart because perhaps they aren't the chosen hero. However, in this scene within Korok Forest, it's visibly apparent. The champions can see Hestu and the other Koroks, which usually is only possible if pure of heart. This raises a bit of a tangential question, but if the Master Sword was hidden within the Lost Woods, where Hestu and the Koroks live, was it because the very existence of the Korok people were a good indication, or should I say it, a good test of any passerby's purity of heart to see if the chosen hero was close by? Well, maybe, but I'll save that for another time. What's important to gather from this, however, is that the champions are evidently pure of heart. Yes, even Revali. So, what gives? Does it mean they can pull the Master Sword? Well, the Master Sword might require you to be pure of heart, but it also requires you to be strong of body. Although Breath of the Wild seems to show it more as a strength of heart, as you are required to literally have 14 hearts to pull it, rather than a heap of stamina wheels. Now, this is open to interpretation, as within Age of Calamity, we can pretty much level up the champions to have 14 or more hearts prior to entering Korok Forest, although that's through leveling, and I don't want to know just how many hours goes into doing that. Anyway, regardless of whatever leveling you do, or how many hours you put into that, it's a factor we cannot really measure for the champions, but let's just assume they were strong of body or heart. What would be the determining factor as to if they could pull the Master Sword? Well, there's one final factor or determining trait that defines if a person can wield the Master Sword. And sorry, Revali, but this is where you're just gonna have to put your feathers where your mouth is on this one. The heroic deeds of the champions certainly makes them worthy of the title of champion, and even the title of a hero. That much should be obvious. What sets them apart as heroes from Link, however, in regards to being able to use the Master Sword, is that they lack the spirit of the chosen hero. Returning back to Skyward Sword, the champions of Breath of the Wild are all heroes in their own respect, but they are not the reincarnation of the chosen hero of old, the same hero hand-picked by the goddess Hylia herself. Hylia, the goddess who watched over the lands of Hyrule long ago and fought to protect Hyrule from demise, creating within that great battle the Goddess Sword, which was the Master Sword within its infantile state, a hero incarnated from raw, unfiltered power Hylia wields, and Phi, the spirit who sleeps within the Master Sword to guide the chosen hero time and time again. This, thinkers, is the final third piece of the puzzle in determining if one is to wield the Master Sword. The fabled Blade of Evil's Bane cannot be wielded by anyone lacking any single one of those three main components, and is also why the champions could never have been able to wield the Master Sword or even use its true power in the first place. Pulling the sword from its pedestal might just be possible for the champions though. Well, I guess that settles it. Even if the champions could pull the Master Sword because they were pure of heart and strong of body, they can't use it to its full potential. Link has all three attributes: purity of heart, strong in body, and is the literal reincarnation of an ancient hero who was hand-picked by a god. But I guess because the champions can fit into the first two, it means Revali could actually pull the Master Sword from the pedestal too. Whether he could actually be useful with it, well, that's one thought process I think I'll let the comments section sort out. But thinkers, there's one final question remaining. Could Terrako use the Master Sword? He's made by Zelda, right? Doesn't that make him a chosen hero? Probably not. But hey, I might just make a video exploring the chosen egg boy later on, so link in the top right corner for that one. Anyway, I'm out of time, thinkers. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more epic theories, and oh, by the way, since we talked about what makes Link super strong and able to wield the Master Sword, now's probably a good time to mention my good friend Kotlol made a video about how and why Link can eat food made from, literally rocks. Eesh, and here I thought Robbie was a rock star. Link in the top right corner for that one. Go check it out. Also, real quick, but check out these epic shirts, thinkers. If you want one, there's a link to my online store over on teespring.com in the video description. Anyway, thanks so much for your support, thinkers. If you could also show some support for my partner who also makes the art for my channel possible, be sure to follow them on Instagram at ElfspringArt. Love ya, Elfie! Anyway, that's a wrap for this video. This is Thinkafurr signing out, and same as always, thinkers, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!